clicked on this video because you're looking for some practical advice to improve your study time. Now, here in South Africa, the matrics have gotten their results today, and a lot of them may be wondering, what is their next career path? How are they going to make a success of this career path? How are they going to attain this diploma or this degree? Well, this video is particularly for you if you are currently studying, if you're looking to go study. I'm going to be providing you with 3 practical study tips that really assisted me in my journey, not only to pass school, not only to do great in school, but also to attain my bachelor's degree at the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in more content like this, I'm going to encourage you to please subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications bell, of course, so that you don't miss an upload. This is Goals and Growth. My name is Estian. Let's go. Getting straight into the gist of things, it is essential that you have a daily schedule. It is essential that you have a list of your daily tasks, and you can structure this however you feel comfortable. If you want to make a list, make a list. If you want to keep a diary, keep a diary. But the point is, you need daily planning in your life. Now, oftentimes when we go to university, we are overwhelmed by the amount of work. And even in high school, sometimes we're overwhelmed by the amount of work that we need to do in a short amount of time. This is going to get worse as you move into your career path, as you move into the job markets. And even if you're starting your own business, you are going to be overwhelmed by work. And therefore, I say it is essential that you have a daily to-do list with 5 to 6 points maximum. I find that when I put more than 5 or 6 points, I end up not getting everything done, and I end up beating myself up about it. And that's not what we want for you. We want you to be as productive as humanly possible. So my advice here is to, every morning before the day starts, very early, or the evening before, you make a list of your task that you need to complete the following day. Prioritize from most important. We've talked about this in a lot of videos. We said that we have the most mental capacity and the most energy in the morning. So schedule your most important tasks or your urgent tasks for early in the morning to the mid-morning, and then schedule the less important task or the less urgent task for later in the afternoon when you have less energy available. It is very simple. Do not overcomplicate this. If it's a small piece of paper where you just write your task for the day and you put it where you can see it, that is all you need. But the point is, you do need to plan every single day. Now, very ironically, my second piece of advice to students or to people just looking to improve their work and productivity in general is to not allow every single piece of advice to influence you. Your study technique, I mean, yes, there are a few good ones out there that apply universally, but your study technique and the way you take in information is going to be unique to you. I, for example, have to read things out loud to really make them stick in my head. So therefore, and you can ask my parents, every time they walked by my room while I was studying, they could hear me, almost speaking to myself. But it was just me kind of reciting what I was learning. And that's the best way I could learn. That's the only way I could learn. And still to this day, I do it. But what I'm trying to say is that you are going to find a lot of advice on the internet about studying, about improving your studying techniques and whatnot. But do not take every single piece of information to heart. Yes, use a piece of information here and there, puzzle it together to fit your style and to fit your schedule. It is no use in you trying 1,000 different study techniques and none of them working, and you're going to end up frustrating yourself. So stick to what works for you, but make sure you stay open-minded and learn a few tips and tricks with the content that you take in from the internet. Now, obviously, if you want to maximize your study time, if you want to get the most out of your study time, it is essential that you avoid any type of distraction. And we've talked about this a lot on multiple videos on this channel. If you have not gone and checked out my journaling video, make sure you do so. It will be linked in the description and on your screen right now. But getting back to the gist of things, you need to avoid every possible distraction there is. And the biggest culprit is often social media, it's often the television, it's often the laptop, whatever it may be. You need to eliminate that distraction. And what I found work for me is putting my phone on airplane mode for an hour or so while I work. When I take a break, I check my messages, I check if I missed something important, and then I put it on airplane mode again until I finish studying. The problem is if you put your phone next to you and it's not on airplane mode, it's on normal mode, you're going to get continuous notifications. And we as humans, curious creatures, are going to want to reach over, grab the phone and immediately begin scrolling. And then we end up, scrolling for too long. We end up wasting our precious time. Comment down guilty below if you're guilty of doing this. But the simple solution to this very problem is simply removing your phone from the vicinity, removing the distraction from the vicinity of where you're trying to get some work done. If you're studying in your room, you might as well put your phone in airplane mode and go and put it in the lounge, or go and put it in the kitchen, wherever you feel comfortable putting it, as long as it's on airplane mode so that you cannot be disturbed all of the time. Please remember that, be realistic. This is applicable to situations where you really need to get something urgently done and you don't want to be distracted. If you're just, working on a side hustle or a side hobby, then that distraction is probably not going to do much. But it's still not optimal, and you want to be optimally productive. Ladies and gentlemen, if you found a value in this particular video, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications bell. My name is Estian, and I'll see you next time.